Police say crimes committed against children during the lockdown are on the rise. Children are falling prey to paedophiles on the internet, but also when playing on the streets. eNCA's Nkosazana Dambuza looks at this further.
With schools closed, children are at home, while most parents have to go to work. Many say COVID-19 has brought challenges.
It's been a very challenging time under COVID. Some of the extra expenses that as a single parent you need to think of course, child minding. Luckily for me, I was able to have the option of working at home, but a lot of parents do not have that option. And apart from that, I mean, kids are at home, outside of schoolwork that they need to do, you know, they need to be kept entertained as well.
I chose the collecting homeworks because online it might not be appropriate or even efficient for him. So that means financially it requires me to pay a tutor for him. And also the days that the tutor is not coming, I have to pay a helper.
While parents are forced to return to work during the lockdown, police say children are often left at home keeping busy on the internet, where they're vulnerable to pedophiles and traffickers.
For us as police officers, we need to think about the perpetrators that are actually trying to find the children, our innocent victims, online. They do this using apps that the parents think are safe for the children to use on their phones. And it's not as in many years ago where the perpetrators would walk in the malls and find their victims. They just go onto the internet and they find their victims there.
But in poorer communities, devices and Wi-Fi aren't an option, and keeping children at home is almost impossible.
It would be very difficult for children to stay indoors because if you look behind you, these are flats, which is one-bedroom flats for families, and there might be 6, 8 members in that house. So how does children isolate in a house like that? So they obviously come out, they come into the streets because the schools are still closed, and when they are in the streets or around, they become vulnerable. They're children that's at risk.
This community leader says they are being vigilant.
We had not really rumors because I am also a patroller here at our local school, so I had a few cars that came, suspicious cars which came to our community, which I reported to our local CPF and our police, which were roaming our streets, foreign men roaming our streets wanting to take our children, but fortunate enough we are on the lookout.
Children are increasingly becoming targets of crime, whether they're inside or outside their homes. Parents are urged to monitor their every move. Nkosazana Dambuza, Johannesburg.